Reduced toll tariffs, which will see motorists paying 40 cents and motorcycles 24 cents per kilometer. The toll fees are set to come into effect early next year. Tsepo Pachane reports.
The DA says there'll be a dedicated website with posters that can be downloaded and printed that includes 10 reasons to stop the toll roads. There'll also be a useful table to help people work out how much they'll pay a month for using the toll roads. The party says a DA's Stop Highway Robbery petition has been signed by over 12,000 people, and the Gauteng Legislature's Petition Committee will shortly hold public hearings on anti-toll petitions. DA leader Helen Zille will lead a number of meetings and protests. Tsepo Pachane, SABC News.
The Gauteng Department of Education is facilitating the claim process against the Road Accident Fund to assist families affected by the recent Harris Smith bus disaster. 6 teachers and 3 learners were killed when a truck crashed into their bus on their way to Durban for a school trip. 21 others were injured in the crash on the N3 just outside Harris Smith in the Free State. The department's head of communications, Charles Pahlani.
The Gauteng Department of Education had a meeting with representatives of families of the deceased at Pumula Gardens Primary School. At that meeting, we invited the Road Accident Fund to explain to the family representatives that how can they claim through the fund. We then helped the parents to fill in forms, and they will sign disclaimers on Thursday, and therefore the Road Accident Fund will be able to carry the cost of the burial.
The African continent faces severe droughts and food shortages if African governments do not adopt the necessary laws and policies which will ensure the effective use of water. This is the view of Kenyan Member of Parliament Wilbur Otichilo, who is speaking at the 62nd International Astronomical Congress in Cape Town. Otichilo says the water shortage is the biggest challenge facing Africa.
In comparison to the world, Africa has only 9% of internal fresh water, particularly the Greater Horn of Africa. Every effort must be made to use the available scarce water in a more efficient and effective way. The issue of food security is directly related to water.
The outcry continues over the Dalai Lama's cancelled visit to South Africa. The exiled Tibetan spiritual leader cancelled his trip yesterday when he was not granted a visa in time for his planned flight tomorrow. He was planning to attend Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu's 80th birthday celebrations on Friday. COPE's youth leader, Ngaba Banga, says they are disgusted by the ANC government as the country has always supported progressive thinkers.
We believe that South Africa is becoming an agent of big financial institutions, including China. South Africa has succumbed on the principle of being an internationalist diplomatic country that seeks to intervene in the problems of the world. Today our country is being sold by the government of the ANC to China as an extension of its problem. Because South Africa, throughout its history and its participation to the struggle for liberation, it has always supported the progressive thinkers like Dalai Lama.
Moving further, the International Red Cross has begun distributing food aid to more than 1 million victims of the famine in Somalia in areas which have up to now received little help. A continuous tracking operation will take the food from the coast deep into areas controlled by Islamist Al-Shabaab rebels. The BBC's Martin Plout.
In what the Red Cross describes as its biggest current operation in the world, trucks have begun to distribute food aid in remote districts of Somalia. They are far beyond government lines in areas controlled by the militant Islamist group Al-Shabaab. The Red Cross has worked in Somalia for over 20 years. It's used this track record to negotiate access with Al-Shabaab, which has forbidden some organizations from distributing aid in areas it controls. The Red Cross will also provide seed to nearly 250,000 farmers so that they can begin to recover from the worst drought in 60 years.
Recapping our top story this hour, the Democratic Alliance in Gauteng has unveiled its campaign against the province's highway toll fees. The campaign will involve public mobilization through social media and various protest actions.